just trades trend lines. He's trading with a $6.4 million account now. Yeah, but it took him 4 years to get there and 15 blown accounts. So that's just pure, not never giving up consistency. But we can go over mindset stuff again, guys. So I've actually got a taxi job at 10 o'clock, so I've only got about 40 minutes with you. So yeah, what I actually do, right? So let's turn try off. So I start on the daily. Yeah, pairwise. I don't know if you heard me speaking to Gareth just a minute ago. Then pairwise, I typically go in the pair session times. So I don't know if you know. If you just Google them, you can find them quite easily. So the London one will be obviously the GPP stuff that opens at 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. I think it is, and then you get an overlap of the New York one, so the United States dollars. So that one I typically trade in a day. So GBP USD, just because there's more movement in it. It doesn't make a massively huge difference, but it's just what I've been sticking to for 3, maybe 4 weeks, and it seems to be working. So I don't want to change anything that's not working really, or the other way around. So you could trade Euro GBP as well. Obviously that's daytime. So the Euro comes under the London Stock Exchange as well. And then nighttime would be, or when Sean trades 5 till, when does that close? I think that closes at 8 a.m, doesn't it? Yeah, Sean typically trades 5 till 6. I think he trades by himself. So he does AUD, NZD, and AUD CAD. So the Australian, the Sydney session is open then. So obviously he's trading in that time session. But it's not overly. It wouldn't be too hard on yourself about that. But yeah. So start on the daily, the time frame, because at the end of the day, the overall big picture is the most important part, and market structures is everything. Yeah, so if you want to know about market structure, there's a guy called Evan. I think I mentioned it before. So there's Evan Cabral. He's very, very good. So just do simple things like this. Yeah, we can clearly see it's in a downward trend. Yeah, so we know it's overall downward. Yeah, so what we are doing is finding support and resistance lines. Yeah, so zoom out pretty much as far as you can. So I just get my horizontal lines and just place them on. Yeah, so we got a touch here. So I've just spotted straight away. And then if you go left, I'm sure there'll be something here now. There you go. See there? So there's one there. So that used to be supports, and here as well, and there. Yeah. So, and it's hugging. As Sean sort of says, the try will hug the SMA. This does the same. The candles as pushed away and come back, it hugs this line. Yeah, so they're very, very powerful. I actually leave all my lines in because this was all the way back in the 3rd of April 2017. Look at the date at the bottom. So now it's come back to this area and it's respected it again. Yeah, so obviously that's for support, resistance. Sorry, good. Resistance. You zoom in. You could count these in, yeah, as well as support, just because they're slightly low. So what I used to do, I still do it now actually, I'll draw it out as a zone, not just a line. Yeah, so it's a zone. So if I carried that all the way over, so rather than, if you want, you can draw the both in, or you can do that and then just take the line out. You've got a zone. So that's the daily. That's just one of common areas, because all support and resistance areas it's just common zones where the candles are touching. Yeah, so this here, it's respected it, so it's tried to push through. It's failed. It's come back down, retested it there, pin perfect, and dropped again. Yeah, so here it's pushed through again. It's hugged that area. It's come back.
Where do you look for entries, then, Jace? Where would you enter on these, then? If you was going to take any.
No, I don't take anything off the daily, mate. I'll get to that now. So this is the important part. You need to do it on a daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Yeah, so you need to identify all these levels on every sort of chart. So let me just delete that for now. So just put lines in. So just keep on going. Yeah, so You just got to spot the areas. So there, because I'll mark them out for you because if you're not used to it. So you got there, support. You could class this as, God, Jesus, I need to sort my shit. Resistance. So you got resistance there, resistance there. So even though it's pushed away, it's not broken structure. So it's still respected this yellow line, right? So here again, so this was support. Here, this little red one. Look at that, pin perfect. Yeah, you'll be very, very shocked. I had no idea that was there. I just drew it on from here. Look left to trade right, remember? Always look left, see what's going on. Yeah, let's go back again. Look what's happened here. It's broken through, retested that zone again. Yeah, so when you break it down to smaller time frames, you'll be able to spot these, and it'll be significant to take your entries in a minute, which I'll show you. Look at that. Respected it again, touched it, pushed off. Yeah, it happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wicks there. It's touched it, not strong enough to break through. It's bounced off. Yeah, there it did. It was strong enough to push through, but came back. Yeah, so the buyers took over. Sellers tried to push through, just wasn't strong enough. All Forex is buyers versus sellers, just a massive game of tug of war. What else we got?
You do this before every trade, Jace?
No, so, well, yeah, but now my line's in, I will leave my lines in, because if you go right, then lines constantly stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as my lines are in, you're done. So you just need to spend like an hour, 2 hours to mark all out. So all I trade is these pairs here. Yeah, so that's gold. I don't trade that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. Yeah. So it's that really. I don't really. I'm not keen on Euro GBP, and I'm not keen on AUD, NZD, but it works amazingly for sure. So everyone's different. You know, don't compare yourself to other people. Stick to your own track. It's you and it's some as a big community as we are. It sounds a bit daft, but it's just you by yourself and your computer. Yeah, just work out what works for you and smash it. So, but don't change and chop and change your stuff. Just tweak it. So, you know, this is still based on support and resistance, which ties into try. I still use try. You know, I was speaking to somebody else early on. He trades differently. He watches race option a lot more than what he watches trading view. So, you know, it all depends on what works for you. Let's find some more zones.
What time of day are you trading at, Juice?
Usually between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. That's when it's just personal preference, because it's missus is in bed and the kids are in bed. But today I got on at, I think it's about 12 o'clock. So that's why I was trading GBP, GBP USD, yeah. Yeah, I got 5, I think. Got 6 out of 6 out yesterday, and then 5 out of 5 Wednesday and 1 loss. So yeah, that's another zone. Just mark them out. You got to practice these. If you're not used to it, you won't get it.
How have you find now, Jace? Because you said you've been doing this for a month now. How have you found it coming from the try to this?
I haven't come away from try, mate. I'll stick the try on in a minute. So I still use try. It's for entries. I don't take anything only on the 1 minute. So I'm getting them. So you just got to do this first to put all your. This is the hard work, basically. Yeah, you just got to identify these areas and these lines. So as soon as they are done, I'll drop down to a lower time frame then. You can do that one. But it is quite hard. So I learned all this through when I first started, so a while ago. So, you know, even there, just because these are below it, it's still classed as a sort of support because it's not broken through all the way down. Yeah, so that's why I think it's a lot easier to draw out zones rather than lines. So just draw out that whole zone there. You can see within that zone the candles have stayed. It's a bit easy on the eye, I think. It's a bit easier to understand. So there again, it's touched there again. It's come, then it's thing up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, that's a lot of what I do on the daily, and then just keep on chopping it down from there. So then 4 hours, you'll get a different picture on the 4 hour. Yeah, so so there you go, bang, straight away found it. So touch there, it's respected there, there, here. Look at that, pin perfect. These here. Yeah, so that's your support zone. Look how far back is that? So that's the 1st of April, so nearly a year ago or 10 months ago, and it's still respecting that area. 27th of August, what, 5 months down the line? Yeah, so possibly if this is where obviously where we are now. If this is going to break through here, all this does whatever it wants to do for a little bit and comes up to here, I know because the yellow line is in there, there's a very good chance it's going to respect that area and bounce off. So therefore, I'm looking for sells.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and it's not always going to work, guys. That's obviously the hardest part in forex. Here, look, it's bound. It tried to go break it through, but failed. And then, so I'm sure there's a retest there somewhere. Yeah, so a retest is when it retests that area more than once. Yeah, obviously twice. So it's come up, tried to test it, failed, pushed back down, and come back up. It's a retest. Yeah, so this is called a retest. Yeah, and it's obviously failed away. So that's the 4 hour. Just chop and find them. So, and you've got here. Yeah, bang. And again, just because that wick is slightly out, don't worry about it. Look at that. Touch, 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 touch here. Yeah, and this stuff, it's going to do what it wants to do. We can't change that. Yeah, just look for the zones where it touches the most. Because at the end of the day, it's just a guessing game, isn't it? Well, that's all we're doing. We're just taking a calculated guess. So now I've got, whichever way it was, support or resistance. Now I've got a zone where a lot of play is coming in now. Yeah, so I can trap the price. Look at that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's six touches there in the space. So I don't know how long that is, but yeah. So here now, so we can put another line in. There you go. Yeah. So resistance, 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 resistance. Let's go to the right. What happens? Resistance. It's come back to that area. What we would have done there, we'd known that's resistance, so we could have taken a sell there. So that's the idea. I don't want to. I'm sure you guys get it, and then just chop down to the 1 hour. And this is the last time frame that I'll do before taking trades, because you need to do this because this is the most what do you call it? The most respected areas on the day. The higher the time frame, the more sort of solid the structure would be. Yeah, so on a smaller time frame, on a 1 minute, the daily is like the big daddy. Yeah, and then the 4 hour, it's not so respected. The 1 hour then is not so respected, and then the 30 minutes is like that. It goes big boss, small boss, medium boss, and then tiny boss. Yeah, so.
So you don't mark up your 30s, your 15s, and your 5s then?
No, not really, because I tried it, and 9 times out of 10, the 15 and the 30 was the same as the hourly. Yeah, so you pretty much just double lining where you were at, really. Delete that. Yeah, the 1 hour I mainly concentrate within the last sort of month, if you wish, because obviously that's where the sort of live action is the most important part, really. So we've got what I do is I could change the colors. I should have done that. So I change the colors to like pink would be my hourly one. Yeah, so I know then which ones to work off. Let's say the daily one was blue, and then the yellow would be the 4 hour one. Yeah, so just so I know sort of reference. You will have shitloads of lines going on the screen, but as soon as you start scrolling in on the 1 minute, you know your lines you'll only have like 1 or 2 lines on the screen. It's not that much.
Are you taking trades off of the 1 minute chart then?
Yeah, I'll get to that
So
now.
do you use the 5 minute chart then for your 5 minute trades, or the 1 minute?
No, just purely 1 minute. So again, it's a key area zone. Yeah, so you can mark them out, like I say, or you can drawing lines. So here again, yeah, we've got area of interest, area of interest, area of interest, area of interest. You zoom in enough. Look at that, it's respected there. That one there. Obviously a lot of play in between. Respected again there. You can carry it all the way through, you know. Just see, look at that, it's respected again there. And it has respected there because it's tried to push off and it's failed. It's come back, respected it. Then you got a zone. It's just bounced in between. So then when you come down to the 1 minute charts, you know you're working in between these lines here. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. If you've got any questions on that, let me know. If not, I'll drop down to the 1 minute.
So you got a 5 minute trade going on race option, yeah?
Yes.
But you're looking at the 1 minute chart, so
yeah. The 1 minute chart will give you better entries. Yes, obviously you've got 5 candles in a 5 minute time frame, haven't you? So if you're looking at the 1 minute,
yeah,
you just need to zoom in a bit and just dive in a bit deeper. So what I'm looking for, so if I drop down to the 1 minute now, my lines are all in. They're not all in, but that's the main idea. So I'll put try on. Now we're on the 1 minute. That's one of my zones, isn't it? Let me delete that. There you go, look at that. So that yellow line we put in early on, what's happened? The tries kicked in and giving me an extra sort of indicator of rejection there. Yeah, so that's just, you don't have to put the lines in, it's just an added sort of bonus really. So what I'm looking for is, let me show you these ones here. So we all know what these are, obviously resistance and support. I don't touch these, they're far too small and easily smashed, yeah? So the candle can just break through them, yeah? So you need them, I would say ideally, what's that? Let me get a ruler. Let me measure it. It's what, 5-6 centimeters, is it? Yeah, about 4 centimeters. So if you want to be that sort of anal about it, but you just need a strong resistance, yeah, or support. Okay, on the 1 minute time frame. So now you've got your lines in. At the moment, if we were trading here, there would be no lines, which is totally fine. So I can trade without the lines. So there you go. So there's just because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resistance there, I can draw a zone. Yeah. So look at what it's doing. It's respecting that zone all the way, except there, obviously. Go on, mate.
Is there any reason why you would change the candles?
Yes, because I was told to by an educator from Heiken. I don't use.
You don't use Heiken now.
I used to. They do exactly the same thing, pretty much, really, mate. For the way I trade, you can use either, to be honest. So the way I actually trade, what I'm looking for is strong resistance on the 1 minute, and then getting in for 5 minutes. Where's the chart gone? Right, so that's a fairly. So the idea is exactly the same as what Sean does. So we all know pushes down, hits resistance. We got an indecision candle, and then all you guys that would, including Sean, would be getting in for 1 minute, right? Which would have been this one. Yeah, but I'm getting in for 5 minutes, which we enter here 1, 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, all the way up here. Now that's a big fucking win.
Yeah, because like the 1 minute, they I feel like they not having enough time to breathe with me. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So just go back and back test it. You think every time it touches And again, you've got to be quick with this. So somebody said to me the other day, well, how do you know it's going to hit? Because you can't see the lines until it happens. Well, you can. You've got about 5 to 8 seconds to take it. And if you're taking it for 5 minutes, you've got more than enough time to take the trade. So look at that down here. It hit resistance, a little bit small, but what I could be doing is zooming out and see what's left. Nothing there really, but usually there is another support line there. So, and just remember that's miles away from the SMA. This has just been able to read the market. So, that's a massive drop. So what's it got to do? It's got to come back to the SMA. So if you're taking a trade for 5 minutes, there's a 99% chance it's going to come back to the SMA, isn't it? So Sean explains it as, I'm sure, have we all got kids? So I'm walking here my path, with my little boy. What does he do? He runs off, but where does he end up? Comes back to daddy. So it's the same as the candles. They go off and do what they want. They go for a little walk, but where do they end up? They always end up at home on the SMA. It's just a magnet. So massive push down, hit resistance. If we entered, maybe that was I don't know, that would have been the kind of trade where I would wait for this one to give a confirmation. But still, I know that's far enough from the SMA, and I've got enough gap to win the trade. So if we did take on that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
So does the SMA come into effect as much as it does with like the 1 minute rebounding off then, or do you wait for proper clearance? Do you just like
No,
so say down
here,
so say he's down here, will you only wait for moves like this now and then go on and reversal it?
No, not at all, mate. So that's fine. As all I'm looking for is stuff like this, major big platforms, the red and the greens. So that one there is fucking tiny. Wouldn't bother with that. It's way too small, because obviously that's perfect opportunity. If you'd have taken that for a buy now, it's going to bounce off there, it's going to go for a buy. It's too weak. The sellers have taken over. What's happened? It's plowed through. So you need major resistance or support below or above it. Here, look at here. Just come down, hit it. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minutes. Ended up there, because a lot of people do is, unfortunately, is they trade like this. They're so zoomed in. All they're concentrating on this one, which would have been a good one, but if it would have been a bit smaller, if you would have just zoomed out and looked left a bit, what's there? So now you've got a zone. There's previous support there. So now you've pretty much got a double support. Just because it's slightly out, what's that, half a centimeter? Doesn't matter. You'll never get a pin perfect Forex chart. Just throw it out as a zone. Look what's happened there. It's pushed up. It's bounced off that zone again. Just because it hasn't touched that area again, doesn't really matter. And again, because you're giving it 5 minutes, you're giving it plenty of space to breathe. So if we'd have taken that one, knowing that this has happened, there's support there, there's major support there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that one would have been a bit close. Maybe that one had lost. So we all know we do lose. So
would it be taking it then, Sean, closer? It's close to the SMA there now, the bottom green. See when it's close on the zone and it's next to the SMA. Would you wait for it to be coming by the SMA, or would it be taken up further away?
The SMA, I'm not really that fussed about, because look at the support there. There's major support.
Right.
What?
So we concentrate
really.
more on zones, is it?
Yeah, really, on the lines. The bigger the line,
right,
the bigger the buyer. There's more buyers in the market. Right. Obviously, on support. The bigger the resistance is, there's more sellers in the market, because there's more people pushing down the market. So here we've got people pushing down. So we've got a lot of people pushing down at the moment. Remember, this is changing in 1 minute candles. It's a fast market. So here, look at that. You got, so that's a sort of typical good example of why you throw your lines in. So there's major 1 hour resistance zone there. So it's got to do a lot to push through all that. And that's your first one. Look at the size on that one, that first red platform. It's huge. So you're taking that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ended up down there. If you'd have waited, so this is where we need to be patient sometimes and just let it ride out. Remember, if we miss this one, there's another 500 billion opportunities to come. Yeah, just wait for the market to come to you. If we miss that one, just watch. Oh, there we go. Another platform. So you've got double platform and you've got major resistance above it. I'd be putting my house on that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ended up down there.
Right. I got a crack at this. It looks good. I like it.
Not tonight because you've only just learned. So go and learn it. Go and back test it.
I know. I'm gonna do like £1 trade then until next week, look.
Good. Stick to it. Don't kid yourself, mate.
Yeah, I am. I've done the same on Jason Denches and I know. I know I do. I don't go less than 2%, but my fucking head is right at the moment.
So there you go. That's a prime example. It's tried to push up. It's hit slight resistance. It's a small platform. It's come down, tried to push down. But what's happened? The buyers have been a lot stronger because it hit major support. The size on that. Yeah, what's happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute. We'd have cleared that easily. Yeah, from there to there.
Well, that major support there, at what point would that be formed?
As that red candle touched it. So as soon as that red candle comes down and touches it and pulls off, you'd have a. That's what I'm saying, because you're not going after 1 minute, you're going after 5 minutes. Even if you missed that and it didn't form, it will form. But if you missed it and you get this massive green candle and you think, all right, okay, you know what, it's tried to push down. We've got massive support there. We've got a lot of buyers coming into the market. We know that because there's a strong big green candle. Take a 5 minute trade. So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been up here.
Same as 1 minute then, Jace?
Say again?
Same as a 1 minute. You take a 1 minute trade and same kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't take 1 minute trades, but yeah, exactly the same sort of idea, mate. So again, like the one I showed you early on. So obviously, you guys will be very familiar with pushing down, indecision, and then we're just waiting for a flat top. Oh, that one was not a flat top, but I'm not overly fussed. It does help, obviously. That's the way Try is built.
Yeah.
But that to me is just, again, looking left. So it's look at that. There's fucking shitloads of people trying to sell there. It's just not moving the market. Again, it's just a massive game of tug of war. If we've got 60 million people here, yeah, pushing the market upwards, and we've only got, let's say like 35 million people pushing down, who's going to win? It's just a game of tug of war. These people are going to fucking wipe the floor with these. Yeah, so it's price. Whoever's got the more price or the more bodies in the market, let's go to war with 60 million people against 35 million people. Unless these are actual, I don't know. No, I won't go there. I won't say the word.
Not trained.
Yeah, that's the word. Unless these are not trained, then and these are SES, then they're obviously going to win. There's 60 million people there against 35 million. So it's just the same. It's just all. So that's what I'm saying to you early on. Do not overcomplicate it. It's all it is. It's just up, down, up, down. If you think about it, it's quite fucking boring just sitting here all day just watching it. Yeah, like that. There's resistance here. I wouldn't take that because they're not big enough. Yeah, but I think, there's resistance here. You notice the wicks are starting to dry out. Yeah, so the bigger the wicks, the more exhaustion that's in the candle. Yeah, so what we got here is a fairly big platform. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute. We ended up down there. That's a bit.
What's the blue ones, Jace?
Oh,
why
it's
how have you got blue ones as well?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just to do with Forex. I don't even use them. I don't need it on. It's to do with the banker's strategy, mate. Again, look at that. So just wait for it. So if you see this come up, you think, I'm not too keen. It's still quite close to the SMA. Let it do what it wants to do. Yeah, and then I just spotted this. Yeah, that's there. So we've now got a major resistance at the top there, because I don't know if you know, the resistance will carry on all the way through until it's broken. Yeah, so resistance is still there, the blue line, until it's broken. Yeah, so there you go. It's respected there. Again, it's just because it's slightly out. This is where people get confused. it's still a zone rather than just a single line. Yeah, you'll never get a pin perfect, and then there you go, that's broken then. So that is now void, that blue thing, yeah, that's resistance. So resistance has happened there. Mark it out. Wait, what's that? 5 to 8 minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got 8, 10 minutes. Wait it out. That's your trade. Yeah, pushed up, flat bottom. Well, these are not Heiken Ashi, but same sort of idea. It's still the same with normal candles. It's a strong candle. So strong red candle down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would ended up down there. Yeah, so there's a lot of people going for these. Obviously, Jason and Matt now they're doing with fibs. With fibs with they're doing it at 5 minutes as well. It just gives that little bit more breathing space. Look at that, major supports. Yeah, what we've got here, that red line that we put in early on. Again, just because it's slightly out, don't worry about it. Yeah, you know it's tried to push through there, through your pink line. I think the pink one was 4 hours, isn't it? The higher the time frame, the stronger it is, basically. So the 4 hour, and then we've got major supports here. So if we'd have taken this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ended up there, win. Yeah, so how many examples are we getting now? I think we lost 1 out of, what, 10, 12 maybe?
Yeah.
It's just that's USD, JPY. What else we got? GBP, USD. Just watch for them. You still don't go just jumping on it. Just there you go, massive support there. Yeah, so it's a big platform. That's what you're looking for. The bigger the platform, it's good. So big platform down here. So there you go. That's your 2 trades in. How long is that? Is there all the date and price? 20 minutes. Yeah. So buy here. It's come down. 1. Could have taken that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still a win, but not massively. But compared to the 1 minute, what I used to be doing, it was tight, and I was getting on okay with it, but it wasn't amazing. Again,
I hate the 1 minute.
Yes.
Try it's just
it puts me on edge, mate. It's it just doesn't give it the fucking hell. Whatever you do not do the 3 minute. By the way, I've spoken to HFX educators, and they say the race option is lethal on 3 minutes for spike. Every sort of 3 minutes, it spikes you out and drops. Yeah, we all know about spike outs. So that happens apparently every 3 minutes on race option. That's what they've got to understand. So if you're doing for 5 minutes, obviously you're giving it that extra 2 minutes to do the move that you were obviously insisting to do. So we've got again a zone. Go on, mate.
I'm looking forward to this. But don't I?
You just test it, back test it. You need to understand how it works. Yeah, back test it and just test it for like £1 trades. So again, I draw that out. See major resistance at the top there. Draw it out. Yeah. So just come back up to that area to test it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would it end up? Like I was saying early on, I think look at that. It's miles away from the SMA. It has to, no matter what, it has to come back home. Yeah, which is the SMA, is a magnet. It always pulls it back. So the further away it is, I'd be lining this up all day long. Yeah, I'd be seeing all this big climb here, thinking, well, it's like a slingshot. The further you pull it back, the harder it's going to drop. Yeah, and it dropped, obviously, right back to the SMA. The push up, major resistance. What's above it? Blue thick line. I think that was a daily. It was one of them. Just mark them out. Yeah, have all your lines in. That's what I was saying to you early on. So you will sometimes, if you go on the daily or the 4 hour chart, you'll see loads and loads of lines. But when you zoom in like this, all you see is just one single line. Just remember they're there, because sometimes I think that these, see the red dotted and the blue dotted ones. So yeah, major resistance above it. Obviously resistance there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ended up down there. Yeah, win again. Somebody was asking me about Fibonacci early on. I very use it. Sometimes I do, just to see if you understand how it works, and it is quite good. Like, I don't know. No, we did draw it. No, leave it. I won't confuse you. You don't need it, to be honest. If you want to know about it, I'm all happy to go over it. I've only got long life. I've only got 5 minutes, guys. So have you got any questions, or do you want to go over anything else?
I'll test it. I'll test it over the next couple of days, Jason. I'll let you know.
Yeah, so just remember, all you're looking for is major, big platforms. Yeah, as soon as it hits it, go in. You just got to be confident. You got to be cocky / confident with what you're doing. Yeah, and just have the mindset that is going to win all day long. You've got to, and if you lose, then so be it. I'm not saying this is perfect. That's the way it is. When you lose, you just got to bounce. You just got to bounce off and restart, realign, and go back to it, because I know it works. Yes, I've only been testing it for 3.5 weeks, but no, I've nearly doubled my account off it. So,
because I'm green, Jace, would you recommend me going to the 5 rather than the 1 minute trades then?
say again, mate.
Would you recommend me going to the 5 minute trades rather than the one? As obviously I've only been doing it like a week or two, so I'm proper green.
It's up to you, mate. So how are you getting on with the 1 minute? It's not for everything, like Sean obviously is smashing the 1 minute with the tracement. It just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't work with me.
Yeah, I just guessing game at the moment. I just try to learn what I can on all these, on the lives and on the page, if I'm honest.
Yeah, just take your time with it, mate. I know people say, oh, it's annoying, I've got to pay, and well, everything in life worth having has got a price tag to it.
Yeah.
So, off this, I'm not going to go into figures, but I'm making 4 figures a week at the moment. So
the proof is there.
Yeah, really, mate. Like early on, was it yesterday? I think I did an extra 18 sort of trades, but they were all on demo. So I just had the urge. I was like, fuck, we all love money, but I'm like not obsessed with it. But like I say, we all love money, but I thought, no, I've got to trade more. And I thought, stop, Jason, have a word with yourself, realign, recheck, get on your demo. Yeah. I went from my normal standard stake size. I did put 3 extra trades on, but only for £1. And I thought, the devil's coming out. They're still on £1 trades on your real account, so I know what that happened. I thought, I'll see another trade and I'll change the stake, and then it's going to lose, and I'm just going to blow my trading profit for that day. So I thought, nah, get off it, and then went on to a demo. Yeah, I won about 15 out of 18, I think it was.
Good going, huh?
Yeah, it's good. It works for me, mate. So it
makes a lot more sense as well, especially the way you explained it. But obviously it's different when you're having a go yourself. But I will have a go of it.
Yeah. So it's definitely worth having a look at. But just remember, daily first, draw your lines out. So yeah. I'll try and find a video of an educator explaining the support and resistance, so you understand how to draw them out. But just put so I take try off for this because it's fucking confusing otherwise.
Yeah.
So just put your lines in. So there, straight away, just spotted one. Yeah, bang, like there. So you got a touch there, touch there.
Yeah.
Touch there, nearly a touch there. So you just start to spot them straight away. Yeah, like bang there, that area. So touch there. Sort of, you may as well call that a touch. It tried to break through, but it failed. Touch there again. So you just spot them everywhere. Yeah. So
yeah.
Just hover like this. Just hover over to see where it's at first, and then you can just zoom back and forth. Yeah. So that would be one there. So where was I? Around here, wasn't I? So here, touch here, pretty much touch there, and then we've got another touch nearly enough here. But again, just remember, it's not going to touch perfectly every time. Yeah, you won't get a perfect Forex chart every single time. So if you can, just try and zoom out.
Do you roll over much, Jace?
I never roll over in my life, mate.
No? Don't
need it. If you believe in a trade, you shouldn't need to trade over, to roll over. This is like a playing fucking Monopoly, isn't it? It's a get out of jail pass.
Nothing wrong with one of them, but
it's handy to have it, mate. I know you use it a lot, but again, that's just down to you. I think I've used it about 3 times like that. That was just on a demo, just to see what it was. I don't. If you trust the analysis and you've done everything you can, mate, you've taken that trade for a reason. So. But you're only taking rollover because it needed that extra space. So this is what you're saying now is literally backing up what I'm saying. So if you're taking 1 minute trades and you need to roll over, what you're doing is adding another minute to it. How often do you click on rollover? 2, maybe 3 times?
2 times max. So I'd probably take it to the 5-6 minute mark anyway,
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, what you need to be
You
doing
would need
really
it.
is instead of rolling over, just click on the 5 minute and you're pretty much there anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So that makes sense.
Because
to be
I
honest.
remember when I was watching Marty Pips, he said whenever like because he did take three minutes and he rolls twice. He
Yeah,
said by the time the 12 minutes comes, you would trade 9 times out of 10 should go your direction if you trusted your analysis. Look,
yeah, especially if it bounces off your support and resistance. They're so powerful. Oh, by the way, remember there's a lag between race option and trading view. So what we are at now is what 39.031. There's about 15 to 18 second lag between them. So just wait for race option to get into that area. It won't always get into that pin perfect area, but that zone because of difference of spread. So we're now at 39.035. So race option is what pairs this? GBP USD. Let me see what it's at. GBP USD. So race option is only at 39.033. Yeah, oh, it's dropped now. So 3.8 pushed up. Yeah, 3. Yeah, it's not far off actually. It's quite good at following trading view. But some of them you'll get them that like the fucking trading view is down here and race options all the way up here. You're thinking, shit, that's a big gap, big difference. So just wait, for the race option to get up to that area and then take your trade. I hope that helps.
No
So
worry.
I'm just going to carry on testing
Lovely.
this this
Thank you,
week,
thank-
and then no worries, mate. I'm going to carry on doing this week, and then I'm going to start doing live sessions with it, moving next week, moving forwards. So
yeah.
Right.
Any what days is that, Jess?
I don't know yet, mate. Depends. It'll be in evening sometime because I'm just far too busy with the kids in the day, and the missus just fucking pesters me. Yeah.
My house like a fucking war zone. No worries, still are, boys.
All right,
Right.
cheers, guys. Take
Bye,
care.
boys. Thank you.
Bye bye.